But I don't feel like that really got us anywhere, which was the problem with most of today's episode. Like most episodes, it doesn't ever feel like anything moves. It just feels like we're always just walking in place, like an 80s workout. What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers? Here to talk about today's snooze fest episode of the show overall. Now that I am not watching live, it was good to have some fast forwarding today, I can't lie. But let's go through what I did watch. Dani and Pam had a conversation today. It's good to see Pam, good to see Dani talking to someone that's not trash, aka Vanessa. At first they were going after modeling pictures, and I guess one of the models was tall and gave off bad boy vibes and reminded Dani of someone, and Pam said Isaiah, that's who it reminds her of, but Dani of course was thinking about Bill. So Pam had to ask Dani what she did she do something despicable? Dani said, no, I did someone despicable, which was a good line. Pam wants the tea. And, Pam is who Dani should have talked to first, as we discussed when she talked to Vanessa, of all people, right after. But Dani told Pam that she and Bill were stuck in that elevator and that Bill grounded her at the moment during a tornado. And Pam asked if Bill also turned her on during the elevator, which Dani didn't want to say. She said it was all a blur. Dani complained about the grip Bill has on her and hates that she ran into the arms of a man who lies and cheats and always will, and asked what that actually says about her as a person, which is true. Pam said that she closed that chapter and book on Bill a long time ago. Don't open it back up. Pam trying to give Dani the good advice to leave Bill behind finally, but it's a lot easier said than done for Dani. Dani did say that she needed Pam today, and Pam said that she is who Dani needs every day, which honestly, maybe if Pam was around more often, maybe Dani's life would be a little less dramatic and she wouldn't have to go to shitty people like Vanessa for advice. Hayley and Bill were on today kind of arguing. I zoned out during their initial scenes, but I guess Hayley is going to go to the spa appointment that she has because Bill wants some time for himself anyway. He felt like she's been overbearing. Everyone's been overbearing since this latest health crisis for him. One of many health crises on this goddamn show. But Bill is happy to have some time to himself while she goes to the country club and goes to the spa. When Hayley left, Tomas came in, and we got another glimpse of a possible heel Tomas, which is one of the better things they've had an idea for, but I'm not fully convinced they're going to go full heel turn on Tomas. But Tomas is glad that Bill is back, and he started throwing shade that Noami came in acting like she owns the place. Bill asked Tomas if he had a problem taking orders from his daughter. Tomas said he doesn't have a problem taking orders from Noami, but thought he would be the one handling things, like he has stepped up in the past when Bill needed him to. Bill said he rewarded Tomas for those things with a promotion. Bill said that Tomas has one lesson to learn. Don't run to a judge and whine about fairness. Tomas has to learn how to pivot. Tomas just feels like he's put in work, and he would work with Noami, but he doesn't want to work for Noami because he can't compete with nepotism. I don't hate Tomas speaking his mind to Bill about this situation. I think he has good points regarding this firm, regarding Bill and Noami's up and down relationship. They also eventually talked about Tomas proposing to Kat and Kat saying no, which I guess Bill tried to comfort in his own way. But I don't feel like that really got us anywhere, which was the problem with most of today's episode. Like most episodes, it doesn't ever feel like anything moves. It just feels like we're always just walking in place, like an 80s workout. Joey was still worried about this dinner with Deanna and Donnell tonight, with he and Vanessa going over. He's still wondering if Deanna is playing the long game. Deanna was practicing what she was going to say to Vanessa and Joey at dinner, says that mom deserves to know the truth about what happened to daddy, said dad didn't die in some tragic accident, he was murdered and Joey is the one who did it. Now, when they had the dinner, Deanna never said any of that, so I don't know why she was practicing that in the first place. I guess this was their way of teasing us that there might actually be some movement in the storyline today. But instead, typical Beyond the Gates fashion in 2026, we took it very slowly today. But Vanessa and Joey did meet Deanna. Vanessa was sad that Donnell couldn't be there. Joey started to make conversation with Deanna, or at least tried, asking if she likes to work with her mom. She answered. Then Deanna said that she already ordered drinks for them. Joey is surprised that Deanna knows his preferences, and Deanna said that he would be surprised what she knows about him. I guess maybe that was Deanna's way of playing mind games, which did eventually make things a little awkward between everyone at the dinner. But Deanna played off the awkwardness, saying that she is glad that Vanessa had someone when her father died. Joey had mentioned the box of Doug's in yesterday's episode when Joey conveniently is the one that found that note. And Deanna asked what was in the box. They played it off like it wasn't anything important. Deanna brought up Joey's cooking videos. Maybe Joey will bake something for Deanna one of these days. I guess it went smooth, and Deanna is happy that Joey covered dinner and dessert, thanked him. But when Deanna left, she was looking at a picture of Doug on her phone, which she started talking to because the show, I guess, wants us to think that Deanna is crazy. She talked to Doug in the picture, saying how she broke bread with the man like he wanted to, but she struggled to do it. She stomped on the to-go doggy bag that she brought out. Meanwhile, Vanessa was happy with how it all went, and Joey said that if Vanessa's happy, he is happy, but then he looked at the camera like he is, still not convinced that everything with Deanna is on the up and up. Smitty today was randomly remembering last year when Martin had finally told him that he killed the man in self-defense to protect him and Vernon, and how he didn't tell Smitty. Andre ended up interrupting him, lost in thought. Smitty was remembering this because it was a year ago, and Smitty wasn't sure if he and Martin were going to make it back then, which brought up the discussion of trust issues, which brought up Smitty asking Andre if there's any trust issues between he and Dani, which Andre says it's not a thing between he and Dani, which is probably going to change soon, I would assume. Well, I don't know how soon with this show, but after Smitty went back to work, Martin and Andre ran into each other. Martin tried to get Andre to be his campaign photographer. Andre was kind of against it, but Andre went on to talk about how he's happy to be in this family now and just have a family again in the first place, how he's actually putting down roots with Dani. Again, the show really wanting to make us feel sorry for Andre. Smitty was on the phone. He wants to ask Leah more questions about the Impaler, as if any of us still give a damn about the Impaler storyline. He also brought up Lynette, as if we're ever going to see Lynette again, and if we do, it'll probably be next year with how slow this show moves. Then he saw Hayley, so he started talking to Hayley about Leah and Lynette, since Hayley didn't know Lynette. Hayley said that she's been worried ever since Lynette disappeared. That was her cover there. Kat and Chelsea started this episode talking about goat cheese, so that tells you how exciting this part of the episode was about to be. But Noami called them into a meeting, and Noami wanted to tell Kat, Chelsea, and Martin that she tested positive for the BRCA gene and that she lied about her results because she didn't want to put her family through more trauma. Again, this show has way too many health issues. It seems to be the only storyline they want to tell these days. I'm still waiting for us to get beyond the health storylines on Beyond the Gates. Chelsea was upset that Noami couldn't tell her this information, but Noami talked about how she needed space. They then talked about Kat's new condo for a little bit. They ended up seeing Hayley there, and Chelsea and Noami think Hayley has been too hands-off with Bill's latest health issues. Noami confronted Hayley asking why she is there and not with her husband, because Noami doesn't like the fact that Bill left the hospital against medical advice, and now here is Hayley. And then they all learned that Hayley had a spa appointment, so I guess Chelsea and Noami are going to go check on their father. But honestly, I don't know why they're babying Bill, because Bill is very stubborn. And honestly, I'm Team Hayley in this situation. I don't want Bill to die, but I need Hayley to do some damage before this is all said and done. Because even though in the past, for a long time, I did want them to circle back to Bill and Dani. And I'm glad they are, because at least it provides some sort of mess on this show, even though it's also going to be a very slow moving storyline before Andre finds out the truth. But it's impossible to root for Dani and Bill. They're trash. Not as trash as Vanessa. Andre returned home to Dani, who seemed somber, but she just said that she wanted to say she loves him. Andre said he's been talking about Dani all day, and he loves her too, and he's grateful for her and how solid their marriage is, and he doesn't take it for granted. But then we get a close-up of them hugging, and Dani had clearly started taking this for granted, did take it for granted by sleeping with Bill. So again, that's why I say it's impossible to root for Bill and Dani in this storyline. So I am Team Hayley all the way, even though the Hayley poisoning Bill storyline has started moving so slowly that they've killed all momentum. That storyline has zero momentum to it these days, which is sad because it was their last great storyline, and now I don't know if they have a great storyline, which is the problem and why I'm no longer watching live most days.